Yeah, so it's been a little bit of time now since I gave y'all an update on the status of the solar system here at Brambleberry. I don't know that I guess I could go back and look at videos, but I don't think I really ever made a video about it being operational, like fully operational, and it is. So that's awesome. But I'll go ahead and fire it up here and let y'all see what we got going on. So just a little bit of an update on the solar shed. I did do some spray foam sealing all around. Tried to get all these gaps and stuff filled up here, and there's a lot of them on this one, especially up top because of the way I built it with the pallets. Just trying to keep critters out of here. I don't know how effective it's been yet, but we'll find out. So there it is, all up and running. I got the batteries on, inverter going, and the solar panels turned on, and it shows there it's outputting 119, 120 volts. Yeah, so as you can see, it's kind of a mostly cloudy day right now. I think it's supposed to clear up later. The sun's right up. Well, you can see it peeking through the clouds there a little bit. So we'll kind of see what the panels are outputting right now, but probably ain't gonna be a whole bunch. They are, by this time of day, in full sun, although it's not directly overhead. So they're not gonna output their full amount anyway, even if the clouds weren't there. Yeah, so right now you can see they're only putting out about 200 watts, and that's because of the clouds. Looks like we might get a little break here and go see if that number jumps up. Sun's starting to peek through a little bit. Yeah, now we're up over 300. All right, there we go. Sun is popping back out, and we're up over 1,000 watts now. And our batteries are charging. So in this little readout here, if you got one of these, it kind of just shows the path of the power. So right now our panels are charging the batteries and powering the load, which I don't have anything hooked up right now. It's all disconnected. But if there was a load, it would be powering that. So most of the power of that 1,050 watts or whatever is going down here into the batteries. And now, this is kind of interesting for me to be here when this happens, but the batteries, I guess, just got topped off. And if you'll notice now, it's only reading 2 watts there coming from the panels. And that's because, well, the batteries are charged. So now you can use the solar load, I believe, to power whatever you're running. But since I'm not running anything right now, there's nothing coming out of the panels. So that's what your charge controller does. So if you don't know, this Grow Watt, it's not just an inverter, it's also a charge controller. It's an all-in-one system. So I would say it's super easy to set up as far as like hooking all the components to it, but it does take a little doing to get used to how these menu items and all that works. But it's not impossible. So our panels, I think I've talked about in a previous video, but they're 240 watts each. The most I've seen coming out of them has been like maybe 1,100 watts, which technically is less than they can output. You have to keep in mind too that these are used panels. Their efficiency might not be quite what they were when they were brand new. They're only 5 years old though, so it shouldn't be that bad. There's a lot of factors from what I'm learning that come into play. Temperature is a pretty big one. The hotter they get, the less efficient they are. So you know, it's actually pretty nice out today, but when it's actually cold, like down below freezing cold, they'll put out quite a bit more than what they're gonna do on a really hot day. So, and I have noticed a difference in that in our experience so far. That is kind of where we're at right now. It is powering our camper. I will say though that it's a bit of a challenge if you have to run the AC a whole bunch. It does drain the batteries pretty well. So that may be a challenge for us. In the wintertime, it's like more than enough power because, you know, we're heating with a propane furnace. And we may actually think about supplementing our propane furnace with little like electric space heating type thing or something like that in the wintertime. But the summertime may be a bit of a challenge with the AC. We'll just have to see how it goes. And the issue is that, you know, we could add more batteries, but I don't know if we have enough panel power to totally recharge our batteries within a day's time, like if we drain them completely. So adding more batteries to our bank probably wouldn't fix our problem. We probably need another whole set of panels. And then the issue you run into with that, with this particular inverter I have, I'm already maxed out on the number of watts that I'm pushing to it right now that these panels are capable of. So it's just something about if you're trying to build one of these systems on your own. I tried my best to try and figure out what our needs were going to be, but I mean, when you're doing a DIY thing, you know, I'm not an electrician, as I've said over and over again, so it's just kind of trial and error. The nice thing about these grow watts, though, is that they are stackable. So if I wanted to, I do have 6 more panels. If I wanted to get those hooked up, I could, which we may end up doing, buy another grow watt inverter and put that in the system. And then if I did that, we could transition from a single phase to a split phase system, which would increase our ability to, or increase our, I don't know what the correct term is for this, but our output. We'd be able to power more with it. And then I might think about getting some more batteries because we'd have more wattage coming in order to power them. So anyway, that's an update. I don't know how quick it was, but that's an update on the state of our solar power system.